I wanted to change it to just chatting. Um, no, New World is awful. If you have time to kill and money to spare, like money to throw away, first of all, you can always throw it my. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, go ahead, throw $40 at it. It's definitely not worth the $40. Um, yeah, don't. Game's awful. There are endless bugs ranging from like small things, small bugs and visual glitch to absolutely game breaking. And they say like, they patching it, they're fixing it, but no, it really isn't. They really aren't. There's small crap like I get it. It's like when you're trying to gather character this isn't a bug. This is programmed. Your character repositions themselves to gather from the node. But sometimes it breaks the gathering, and I get it. It's trying to be immersive and stuff, but it's just such a pain in the ass. But the weird thing about that is, they're trying to be immersive, but they also have stairs. What's the problem with stairs? You should design stairs to have steps, right? Like stairs, right? But when you walk down the stairs in New World, sometimes your character doesn't register that it has steps, and your character literally falls forward. It's a falling animation, falling forward, and your character's like, oh, like stops your walking animation, like pauses between steps. It is so annoying. And then sometimes if you're lagging, you also take fall damage going downstairs. Like, serious? Like, who programmed this? Like, just if it's so bad, just make it ramps. Just make it, inclined ramps going down. But other nuances include like abandoning event. Fix that. So like, what happens is you walk into or too close to like a corrupted portal or monolith. So for 14 players, it's kind of like fates. But then you leave the area or you die, it'll give you like a warning in the top right corner that says, hey, you're abandoning an event, and you might not get the rewards for it. But the bug is the message stays, and sometimes it just gets stuck in the top right corner. Yeah, oh, it's really stupid. It's ridiculous. And the problem, it's just annoying. It's like it's a small thing. It's really annoying. It also pushes all your quest stuff down. Um, um, Also, yeah. When you're in a sanctuary, obviously you can't attack other players. But it also gives you a reminder in sanctuary if you ability is you're in sanctuary, can't attack other players, yada yada. Also in the same top right corner, right? But it reminds you every single fucking time about it. Like, I'm just trying to get around town faster for crafting or whatnot. But yeah, every time you use, like, even if it's a movement, it does damage, right? But like, obviously, I know I'm in a sanctuary. I know that. You don't have to remind me every single time that I use that I can't damage other players. I know. Thank you. Also, speaking about towns, when you're on a map, you're trying to zoom out, and there's like an upcoming conflict, that town or something, they'll say like upcoming conflict now. But when you're trying to zoom out, that little window that says upcoming conflict scales with the zoom. It is like, okay, I click X on it, that's fine, and then I can look around. But then like it keeps coming back. The upcoming conflict. Like, I'm just trying to see where the exit of the town is. I'm trying to go north, and I can't. Yeah, no, it's just like these little, just so tedious and so annoying. Like, come on, all these seemingly small quality of life stuff. It doesn't make it fun. It makes the experience, gameplay, it's much worse. Also, obviously, there are no mounds. You have to walk everywhere. There's teleporting, but teleporting you um, have to use something called Azov, which is kind of like Aether, some magic liquid, I guess. But it caps at 1k only, and you pretty fast if you're teleporting everywhere. But on top of that, Azov is also used as a crafting. So in order to craft like certain like magic stuff, you have to spend Azov. So, and you can't teleport like just anywhere. You have to go from settlement to settlement, like so, like a shrine, like outside in a field somewhere. So like you can only teleport from point to point. And it also scales with your weight. So if you're carrying a lot of weight, the cost goes up. But you can reduce the maximum weight that you can carry. However, the cost does not scale with like weight proportion. It scales by your weight number. So say I have 800 max weight and I am carrying 200 weight of stuff. They'll still charge me 200, like the worth of 200, instead of like, oh, it's only 1/4 of your total max weight, your 1/4 of your max weight. So it's not very proportionate. Then it's like, okay, yes, I can carry more stuff, but it's just as expensive, if not more. Oh, it's so much quality of life shit. Yesterday I experienced like actual game-breaking bug, where my group, so my party of 5, 3 people DC'd in the middle of the last boss of the level 55 dungeon or expedition, like right after ads. We go into phase 2, and 3 people's games just instantly shut them out, and then they died. And then upon relogging, right, they were sent all the way back to their in rooms. So they had to like run all the way back, and then just wasted so much time. And like we were trying, while they were running back to the dungeon, we were also trying to discuss like, oh, like how did that happen? You know, how like. Is their graphics card? Was that the difference? No, like 2 people. Some of us had the same GPU. The other guy that didn't see, and someone had the same. Just bad draw, I guess. Maybe there's a setting somewhere. I really. There's a lot of other game-breaking bugs, like if you have it in windowed mode and you're dodging in the middle of a dodge, you can drag the window around to make it so that you're invulnerable. Yeah. And other bugs like duping, which is like guilty. Abilities falling through the floor, enemies falling through the floor, nodes going, and it's a lot. Okay, and if that wasn't bad enough, the game runs really poorly. It's choppy, it's janky, and it runs like, yeah, no, it's just very bad. And for a game that's all based on action combat, having a choppy, janky, and laggy, it is such a bad time. It's a bad time. And if all of that wasn't bad enough, the main story quests are really badly scaled. Like, you're very likely to be level gated every step of the way. And I mean, I get it. The game is about exploration and, you know, other life skills and stuff to help you level up your overall, right? But to a point, it gets really ridiculous. You can do about 2 to 3 main story quests and it'll be like, oh, come back when you're level 50 something. You know, like, you'll be level gated for at least 5 levels. It's just not. Also, speaking of the level 55, 51 dungeon earlier, anyways, it's called Dynasty Shipyard, right? But this is I don't understand the thought behind it. So, let me explain. The quest leading up to that point has you running around this area called Eden Grove, which consists of level 55 through 63 enemies, or a level 50 main story quest. Like, I can't fight off these things. Like, I have to follow a group of level 60s to like survive. Yeah. And also like scaling up the wall, Skyrim style, and oh, it's ridiculous. And then after that quest, right, has me travel all the way to the far west end of the map, run by a level 55 and level 60 elites to the level 5 dungeon for a 50 main story quest. That makes sense. But yeah, the dungeon recommended for level 5. And then after that, the main story quest became like recommended 5, which makes sense. After you complete that quest, after you complete the dungeon quest, it drops the recommended level back to level 50. So yeah, it just doesn't make sense. And that level 50 main story quest, like after the dungeon, it has you fight a level 60 elite mob. Like, none of that makes sense. No, it's bad. But yeah, I've said a lot of negative things about it. Are there some positives? Sure. If you like the old style grind of older MMOs, where you like kind of run around a map aimlessly, gather shit for skills, then yeah, this is the perfect time killer for you. But is it worth $40? Fuck no. Play RuneScape or old school RuneScape instead. No, that's free. Yeah.